vision is for a place on the west coast of Canada that is a place where that full-on, bold, mystic thing we call the Pacific Northwest would serve as an inspiration to attract great artists from around the world to be here, which would attract audiences, and then they'd be in a place where it would enhance the advance of their creative juices, or as I like to say, it would focus the muse, and great works could be created, performed. There are places like this around the world. It's not a unique model, but there is not one for the Pacific. Banfield is very isolated and very remote, and it's not easy to get here and to stay here. All those things, but the vision I had was for a place not unlike other places. If you look at where they were, they always started off in places like that. It's never in a city, right? And so it had to be in this isolated, beautiful place. And what happens is in those early years, you create a myth. And the excellence has to be so high, because if it isn't better than anything you can get in the city, why would you go? You see what I mean? So, but here it's not just that an individual performance of some violinists isn't maybe surpassed in Carnegie Hall somewhere. It's the combination of a world-class performance here in this great hall, which is unique and has perfect acoustics and has a glass front and is facing out to the Pacific. Artists, they're on the same stage the same night with different types of music. And that, I believe, is a great asset. So you've got a string quartet plays, and then right after them, a jazz quartet. And it helped to tear down these barriers of snobbery that we have between genres. So they benefit that way. Another way they benefit is they meet new colleagues from all around the planet, right? We've already put in place now those 3 building blocks, which is winter residencies, the mentoring school, and this festival. So those are the 3 components, albeit in embryonic form right now. So where it goes from here is building from those blocks. So that the winter residencies gradually we'll have 2, then we'll have 4. And then we'll have in residency a string quartet, as well as a guitarist, as well as a soprano, as well as all these people at the same time. And those will be the winter programs. The mentoring school, it will expand. Right now it's chamber music, classical chamber music. We might get a pedagogical thing going with jazz as well, right?
There's something about coming into this space from, the hustle and bustle of your regular life, and you kind of take this time to go away from that into a place like Banfield, which you feel the distance. It feels very remote. And I think you come in with a different headspace, and I think the audience does as well, and it makes for some really magical moments.
It's been really nice to connect with different musicians that we don't normally get to play with, most of whom we met while we were here. So strangers that have become kind of friends and musical colleagues, and the music just kind of clicked, and it's been great.
able to work with phenomenal musicians and have access to phenomenal musicians and space to rehearse is just great.
I feel privileged to be able to play with them, and the setting and the concept here. It's just beautiful.
Oh, this is actually more fun, because you don't go on stage for, say, for 2 hours like a regular recital with an intermission. You get to play a few, for instance, short selections, very different in character. You have to show a lot of versatility. You have to actually be able to engage audience even with something that lasts 1 minute, for instance, like a Flight of the Bumblebee, for instance, right? So it really puts you to the test, whether you can do it at the snap of your finger or not.
In our audience, on a given night, you'll look around and you won't see one given demographic like you would see in the city, where you'd see maybe retired people of a certain age. Or if it's another kind of a festival, you might see kids between 17 and 19. But you can see anything from that to the white-haired person all in this hall. And they all enjoy the concerts.
The music, it's amazing. I never knew I liked jazz until I came to the concerts here.
They're having fun and they're trying things out, and we're just kind of here witnessing that.
It just feels like it's such a tonic for the soul, I think, because of the music and the wilderness, and it's just so beautiful.
I live here, and this is a great opportunity. 1 week of our year, we get to enjoy this great music. Very great music.
Every year I have come, I have found it a greater experience, and when I leave here, I feel spiritually renewed. It's not just the music, it's also the sunsets. I think it's remarkable.
Music, the setting, the whole experience is non pareil. It is without equal.